Welcome to Chamber Chats, a weekly series by the West Monroe West Washita Chamber of Commerce highlighting our valued members. As always, find out more about the Chamber and our members online at westmonroechamber.org. And now, this week's episode of West Monroe West Washita Chamber Chats.
Hi everyone, on this episode of Chamber Chats, we're visiting with Dr. Michael Hildebrand with M3 Physio. We're so excited to be here at Louisiana Delta Community College to record this episode. So Michael, tell us a little bit about your business to start with. What is M3 Physio?
So M3 Physio is a mobile concierge physical therapy and wellness clinic. So that means either I come to you at your home, office, gym, or I have two locations, one in Monroe at Infit Gym on 18th Street, or Chrome Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Vital Fitness in West Monroe.
Awesome. So that's totally a different paradigm than most physical therapy, right? So tell me a little bit about your philosophy about physical therapy.
So yeah, instead of the traditional clinic, it's more of we meet you where you're at. So you're having trouble doing something around your home, your back hurts every time you pick up your kid. We come in and we can actually work on your back, practice with your kid right there in the home environment,
Sure.
or same with the gym or anything else where you're at. So that's our motto, is meeting where you are to get you to where you want to be.
And literally meeting you where you are. So, for many of us, our time is super, or we perceive that we don't have a lot of time, and we probably put off that critical physical therapy after an injury. So, are you teaching them also recovery skills, or what's part of your
Definitely.
philosophy?
So every session we assess what's going on. If there's any changes, we work on you. So the soft tissue, the manual therapy type stuff,
Sure.
dry needling, and then we educate you on exercises and things you can be doing in between sessions.
So you just blew past a really big topic, dry needling.
Dry needling.
Okay, so that's a really in vogue topic. So probably a lot of misconceptions. So tell me, what is dry needling?
So dry needling is using basically a thin needle. So everybody thinks they're the big gauge needles like you get injections with.
Okay, so not a scary needle.
Not a scary needle.
Okay.
It's basically a metal wire.
Okay.
And what you do is you find the tight spots in muscle, so you feel around. Is that where it hurts? Yeah, that's my pain. And then that's where you needle in that muscle to get what's called a twitch response, which causes the muscle to contract and then relax. And so afterward, you have improved mobility, less pain, things like that.
And so biologically, you're recruiting, and there's all kinds of inflammation reactions and cool stuff going on. But you're recruiting healing essentially to that area to try to help in that recovery curve.
Different theories like the blood flow that it brings from having the needle inserted. And then also, one of the other theories is it changes the neurotransmitters from the nerve to the muscle to help it relax.
So what other misconceptions do you think that there are about your industry?
That's a good question. So I would think that one, either we're only used after surgery.
Sure.
So you've had a major surgery like a knee replacement, you go to physical therapy, or we're just for old people that maybe have lost their balance or decreased strength.
Right.
Physical therapy now is what we call direct access. So you can come to us first, and we evaluate you to make sure you're appropriate, or send you on to whoever you need to see if you're not appropriate.
So that means I don't have to necessarily go to my prescribing physician. I can contact and reach out to you directly for patient care.
Patient care, all those.
You
aches and
evaluate
pains.
me and then go from there.
Yep.
So in one sentence, like what's if you had to boil your marketing down? You told us your tagline, but what is it that in the future you want people to reflect on you and in one sentence say?
That he took the time to evaluate me and figure out what was going on.
Yeah.
Like that's my goal, is to really figure out what's going on with everybody, and then jump into treatment and what gets them better, instead of just jumping straight to that.
I adore people that are passionate about your their craft itself, their career path, but you've taken it a whole different level with continuing education, with being involved in the PT board. So tell us a little bit about all the continuing education you've done in the last couple of years.
So starting about 3 years ago, I did my certification in orthopedic manual therapy. That was a year-long program in Dallas, Texas. Since then, I have started and completed all my coursework for my fellowship in orthopedic manual physical therapy. And all I have left to do is my hours under a fellow. So that would be the next step to finishing that. And and in between then, I've taken weekend courses here and there, and
dry needling and all these other
and
skills.
Helped. Actually started helping 2 years ago teach dry needling courses. So we've taught them here in Monroe. I've got to go up to Boston and teach, and it's been really fun.
Wow. So truly, what brings you joy in your business? What's the happiness come from?
Seeing people get back to the activities they want to do. So whatever they were limited from, and we get them feeling better, and they're back doing it, and they're not having to think about it. They're just back going, whether it's working out, daily life, work, whatever it is.
Right. Getting them where they want to be.
Exactly.
Yeah. So tell us, how would we find out more information about M3 Physio?
Yeah, you can go to M3Physio.com, our website, or we're on social media at M3Physio. And all the contact information's there. You can call, email, and we'll reach back out.
And then before we close, like, what are you looking forward to in the future? You know, besides, there's big announcement, right, in the future?
Tuesday.
So by this time the podcast drops, we have
a newborn. Thomas Michael will be here.
Awesome.
First child. Yeah, that's the big excitement.
So, but for the business, what's the future?
What's the future? Getting the word out about what physical therapists can do to help you when you have those aches and pains and recover, and being at the forefront of healthcare.
Yeah, and because healthcare is really so individualized now, we're looking for direct access. So major misconceptions, we can come directly to you and access that care. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Chamber Chats. We're so glad to be in Louisiana Delta Community College to film this series. If you want to find out more about M3 Physio, of course, he's a chamber member. You can find that information at westmonroechamber.org, and we'll see you on the next episode.